she believe your fairy story?
Did you see the chief engineer?
Yes.
Well?
He's the same as all the others. Told me not to meddle in things I don't understand.
Oh, perhaps they're right, Carlo.
Look, Anne, I tell you, this dam won't last 5 years. The concrete mixture they're using on Section 7 is below standard. It'll just crumble away. It'll take the rest of the dam with it, and the whole valley will be flooded.
But if it's true, it's terrible. How can you be sure?
Well, I may not be a qualified engineer yet, but I've studied enough to know what kind of pressures this concrete has to stand up to, and it just won't take it.
You must go to the police.
Yeah, well, I thought of that, too, but well, I'd be making a charge of large-scale conspiracy and corruption. They'd take a lot of convincing, and I just haven't got that kind of proof. Not yet.
Oh, there must be someone you can go to.
I wonder if he'd be interested.
Riccardo Procare, prosperous hotel owner, and one of the famous 4 just men, has just placed before the Rome police a complete dossier on the background to a drug scandal that has rocked Rome society. Early arrests are expected.
Hello, Mr. Pocare's office? It's for you. I don't know who it is, but he wants to speak to you pretty badly.
Poccari, the Treviso Dam? Oh, that's impossible. How do you know? I see. Come up there. I can't promise.
Will you do something?
Well, I don't know. I told him I'd be here tomorrow afternoon. He may come.
Carlo, chief engineer wants to see you up on the site. Straight away.
Wants to see me? I'd better go.
Now, perhaps we could have a little drink together, eh?
We have nothing to talk about, Giorgio. I'm Carlo's girl.
Yes?
Well, Giorgio said you wanted to see me.
Giorgio? I didn't say I wanted to see you. Must have been pulling your leg.
It's over 300 miles. It's too far to go there and back in one day.
Much too far. But you know, the boy had an air of sincerity.
Has it occurred to you that the Treviso Dam is only 10 miles from the Villa Marziani?
What?
The Contessa has been asking you for months to go and visit her, remember?
Of course I do. Call her at once. Tell her that I have at last been able to escape my business engagements and will arrive tomorrow for the weekend.
I thought that would help you change your mind.
Perhaps. But one ought to see this project. It's something of which all Italy should be proud. As a piece of engineering, superb. And yet I think of grace and beauty.
Are you talking about the Treviso Dam or the Contessa Marziani?
Both.
So, Mazza didn't want him yesterday after all.
It was just a joke. I never thought it would end like that.
But you followed him up there.
By the time I got to the top of the dam, it was too late.
How did it happen?
It was an accident. He tripped over the wire. He was a nice guy. He was not one of us, but he was a nice guy.
But now that he's out of the way, it's going to make things easier for you.
What do you mean?
You know, with Anna, you were doing all right until Carlo turned up. It's true. And you must have been up there just about the time it happened.
Rat! What are you trying to say?
No trouble.
The weather continues warm, gentlemen. Campari, if you would be so kind. I'm looking for Carlo Francini.
You won't find him, Signor. He's dead.
When?
Yesterday.
What happened to him?
An accident. He fell off the top of the dam.
Who saw this accident?
Let me take your Campari outside, Signore. It's cool under the trees.
I'm not hot.
Please. I must talk to you.
What does she want with him?
Giorgio. He may be from the police.
Carlo was murdered.
Murder? Why should anyone murder him?
To keep him quiet. He knew too much.
About what?
About the dam. He thought the concrete they were using on his section was not of the right quality.
Not enough cement in it, which costs a lot of money. Too many little stones instead, so that somewhere along the line, someone is making a nice profit. Is that it?
Yes.
Yes. And one day, perhaps, our magnificent dam will fall down, and a few hundred people in the valleys below will drown.
But that's what Carlo said. How do you know?
I know mankind and some of its peculiarities. How did Carlo stumble on this racket? It's not easy for a laborer on a big project like this.
He was a student of engineering in the University of Rome. He worked here to pay for his studies. He talked of this to the men he worked with, but they just thought he was being too clever.
And you? What did you feel about Carlo? Was he mistaken?
How should I know? All I know is that he had a good brain and was honest.
And that you loved him?
Yes.
So he had enemies. You ask me to believe that only one young man is in love with you? That there is no rivalry, no jealousy? Be discreet, signorina. Better that no one should know who I am in the meantime. Whoever killed Carlo may want to seal your lips as well.